Welcome back to another episode of Jedi Academy. We're here to answer all your questions today. As always, joining me, we have Warrior. How are you doing today, buddy?
No, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, actually. You know, it's like, 3 p.m. here. Did my shit video yesterday. Got my collab with Loki to do today. Yeah, pretty much chilling in my little, side room office / laundry room.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, no, just excited to be here for the day. I'll probably be here for most of the stream, but not all of the stream. I might abruptly leave near the end. So if I disappear, it's because I have some prior things I need to be doing sometime in about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah, that's fair dues, man. That's fair dues. We always love you for it. We always love it when you join us. Anyway, so you've been here since day one, so.
Yeah.
You got some vacations now and again.
Yeah, right.
Again, we have joining us is the big money spender, Ranger from Reality Skewed Gamers.
That's right. The bling bling is real, and I'm you just call me Big Daddy.
Yeah.
What's up, pimp?
So where's Grande today? He's changed, doesn't he? He used to hang with us.
Yeah, he cares about his family now and stuff.
Another birthday. It's like every week, every Wednesday, every Saturday, it's someone's birthday. How many birthdays does Grande have? Yeah.
Well, in prison, a lot of birthdays.
That's very. I think
that's how it works. Yeah, when you do a lot of government Wi-Fi, at least a lot of things. The main part of the story, kids, is don't do crack. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Random Ranger. And again joining us. Okay. And again joining us we have Sir Loki. Loki, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm good, man. Good morning. It's about 7 a.m. here, and having some coffee on my side.
Yeah, man. As long as there's no magic in there. We don't want you to be like Ranger, just loopy Dora.
What the hell are you talking about? I just picked a bad week to stop doing methamphetamines. Sorry, let's move on.
Okay. I thought my mic was on mute. You must have just got through, the Wi-Fi and stuff. But anyway, again, we have
Judgy
with us...
McJudgy.
Anyway, Ranger, we're talking about you, not to you.
Oh, sorry.
Just get with the program, mate. Get with the program. So again, we have joining us is Mike. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing really well, thanks. Running on 4 hours sleep, but I'm here and I'm smiling.
Hey, 4 hours sleep is better than 2 hours sleep.
Yeah. Hashtag newborns, eh?
And again, joining us, we have the luscious Dark Bella. Bella, how are you doing?
I was on mute, sorry. Hi guys. Nice to be here again. I didn't sleep much either. Neighbors had a party. I played The Doors, The End, on full volume, but they didn't get the message, I think.
Was it like Battle of the Music?
Good track, though.
Yeah.
Very good track.
Yeah.
Oh,
should have knocked that door.
Yeah. Was too lazy to do that.
Yeah.
I think we need to get Bella when she comes on every time, since she is the Lady of the Sith, that ominous Sith music from Star Wars to play, Maybe Palpatine going, yes, good.
Yes, my master.
Shut up, Lord Vader.
Oh, man.
Get me some coffee.
I find your lack of coffee disturbing.
Oh, look at Bella, go.
That's no coffee.
There's a space station. What the hell are you talking about? Space station?
Never mind.
Okay, weirdo. Let me just go try to find some coffee at Starbucks.
So, as this normally works for you guys watching at home, we thank you very much for joining us. And what this normally does is you would post your questions, keep them constructive as long as possible, because again today Ranger's going to be reading them. So Make them essays if you want, paragraphs, really go out there, because Rangers, he's being the narrator today, and he's going to be throwing the questions at us guys here, and he'll be answering some himself, so make sure that you don't hold back on him and write some big paragraphs. So Ranger, fire away. Have we got any questions today?
No, I don't want to read them anymore. All right, yes, we do. So starting with Taylor Wren, sorry. My arena team is number 1, and I use Chase.
Yeah.
But they're not 7-star yet. Shows up rarely. It shows up rarely in the fleet. Is it better to buy shards and shipments or use my crystals for gear on other tunes?
So that's a very, very, very kind of like difficult one, isn't it? Because they're great characters, but do you gear other great characters?
I use them.
Yeah. I don't use them at the minute.
I do. I tell you can. I think his question is it better to buy shards and shipments or use crystals for gears on other tune? That's the question.
I don't know. I normally do both. So I'd use, at the minute, I did do my base to 7-star off from the arena, from the kind of like arena side of things with the payout. I probably will go back to gear now, or I may 7-star Cheroot, but yeah, it's a difficult one. It depends on who you need to gear, really, isn't it? If you're needing to gear other characters in your arena team, then I think gear sometimes comes first. But if you're using Cheroot and Baze in your arena team, then again, they're part of your lucky number 5, aren't they? What's your thoughts on it, Warrior?
I don't know. If he's using them, I think that it's a good idea to farm them, but I wouldn't waste crystals on it. I mean, the game's about a grind, right? So just grind it out.
Would you do it on Baze, though? Because Baze being in a hard node, maybe you still get Cheroot from
for Baze, honestly, all I would do is get him up to 3 stars, 4 stars, basically. That's it. And that's where I would leave him, because he's totally viable at that spot. And at some point, there will be a way to get him higher. I mean, unless you want to use him in the raids, there's really not a huge reason to get him higher than 3 stars. I used Baze for like 4 months at 3 stars, and I was number 1 in arena the whole time. So I just don't see it as necessary, I guess, to have it more than that. People are like, well, Baze is so hard, he's impossible. I'm like, you know what? If you really love the game, spend $10 on crystals, use those crystals exclusively to buy him out of the shop, and you'll have him at 3 stars for those $10, and you can use him for the rest of the game without ever having him any more than 3 stars if you don't use him in the raids. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
I'm a greedy whore, and I want all the Rogue One characters, so I am spending. That is true. You can use.
You are a whale these days, Ranger.
I am a whale.
You turned into
me and Warrior hang out now and drink fine Cristal and smoke. We were talking about this the other day. I was like, Warrior. He's like, yes, Ranger. I know we're both in Team Instinct, but isn't it great to be able to spend money? He was like, yes.
And we were tapping our fingers together, and there was monkeys flying around in the background.
That's right. And I was like, manservant, give me some more. And it was like, oh yes.
Are you lighting your cigars with like $100 bills that you light?
Yeah, crispy, new, fresh off the mint $100 bills. Holy cow! Is someone getting a delivery? What was that? Like a bus backing up or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I don't know what that was.
That was just your.
All right.
Anyway.
That was my whale truck coming in.
It was your whale alarm to tell you that you need to go and spend another $100 on some packs.
That's right. Wells Fargo thing.
Wales Fargo?
Yes, we have a commercial. Actually, have a commercial about that, Warrior. See, if you watched our channel, Warrior, instead of worrying about work and your family and being a responsible adult, you might know this
being
stuff.
Like Granda,
being all cool and everything. Jesus. Let's go on to the next question before Warrior punches me in the foot. All right. Brandon Ramos asks, I'm thinking of a rebel team, Wedge lead, then Biggs, Admiral Akbar, Cassian, Andor, and K2SO. Is that a good build? Is that a good build?
I think Loki should answer that after watching his vid.
Which video? Wedge. So you got a wedge lead. You got Biggs.
Uh-huh.
You got Wiggs, Akbar, Cassian. I guess it depends where you're at on your shard. Akbar's kind of the oddball, I think, in that team. Because I think, Mike, we saw somebody was trying to bring back a Akbar lead with what was it again? Yeah, and it looked pretty interesting, actually.
Was it they're saying their Chirrut was 290 under an Akbar lead?
Something like that, yeah. So it was like an Akbar lead with Chase and was it Nihilus, and I forgot who the fifth was. But anyway, going back to the question, again, it depends. I mean, maybe you'll break the top 100 with it, but to get to the 50, I would substitute Akbar for maybe another tank if you got it. I mean, Wedge is still, people are still using Wedge lead. I mean, the DPS is good. I like the synergy with Cassian and K2, and then Cassian's going to give K2 the potency up, and then if he had another tank in there, he's going to get I'm sorry, not potency up, but he's going to get tenacity up on the tanks because of Cassian's unique. So I would see about substituting Akbar out for some other rebel tank or something like that. Those would be my thoughts.
I think you're right. I think the thing with tanks is if you don't have any, people are going to exploit that. And so you kind of have to almost obligatorily have a tank on your team unless you have a ridiculously overpowered team. So that way people, when they see you, they see the standard tank and they're like, okay. And then they have to make that assessment as to whether they want to attack or not. If you're not overpowered and you don't have a tank, they will pick off your characters. Even if you have one or two great characters, they're going to just destroy those right off the bat because you don't have a tank to protect them. So it's strategy and where you're at,
Yeah, I mean, K2 is a good tank, don't get me wrong, but I'm just going to assume he's kind of like in the top 100. The double tank is going to help you hold rank more in that area, and then as you get near the top, then you kind of have to you're going to see more Sol, you're going to see more Rex. So
yeah, the problem with K2 is, I mean, unless you have his stuff maxed out and whatever, and his taunt is so fickle, unless it's completely and utterly maxed out where you get that 100% retribution type thing, and then it taunts almost every time. He's a very inconsistent taunter. That's the worry. I
could switch in Stormtrooper Han, couldn't he, for the turn meter game?
Yeah, I would do that.
That would speed that team up a bit more.
Yeah, that's a good idea right there. Yeah, and then he gets the synergy with Cassian and Wedge lead, so that'd be really.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. The Grinder asks, my guild is building towards Hat. What teams are best for Phase 2 and Phase 3?
Clones. It's either clones or droids, depending on where they are on their builds. Droids first, and then if you can get a Zodi clone squad running, then happy days.
Oh happy days, oh happy days.
Oh happy days. Phase 3. Chirpatine is the one, really, isn't it? If you've got a chirp, obviously there is a deciding factors here. If you've got 3 good tanks, you need Stormtrooper Han at 233 to go first, Chirpa, and then a slow. You want a slow but real beefy Palps, and that should get you somewhere in the region of 1 million if they're max geared.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Matt Man of Masters asks, it says J Team of Matt Man of Masters. I don't know if I copied that correctly. But basically his question is Zeb good at 2 stars for Arena?
No.
I mean, I was trying to
The
think.
question is Zeb good at 7 stars for arena?
Well, is he warrior?
I don't know.
Um,
I don't have any access to him, so I couldn't tell you.
I think Zeb's a good character. I think he's one of the best Phoenix ones. He's pretty much unkillable. He's like one of those characters that will just gain like tons of health and stuff through his unique. So he doesn't even need the Phoenix squad. So he is a good character. He's got a good kit. He can stun daze, stuff like that. But again, there's other characters around that can do the same.
I used the Phoenix squad on my alt account, which is level 72, I think it is at the moment. I mean, I think the highest level on any of my toons is like 63. And I use the Phoenix squad to kind of get through, I don't know, the first 5-6 nodes. Then I have to start swapping them out. That's free to play.
Yeah. But no, I don't think a 2-star is really... I don't think any 2-star is arena are viable. It's just like painting a big "come and attack me, son, come on," on defense. Because if I put a 2-star in, I think everyone would just attack me, just because I've got a 2-star. It doesn't even if that 2-star was the best 2-star that EACG ever made, everyone would attack you because the mentality is, look, he's got a 2-star, I can beat him. Even if they couldn't beat me, I'm gonna get attacked left, right, and center because I've got a 2-star in my team. So I wouldn't advise it unless you want to be really like dropped in your ranks. It's just a mentality. People straight away will see it as an easy win, even if it isn't. But you're kind of like testing the waters and asking people to attack you. Would you agree on that, Warrior?
Oh yeah, I completely agree. You want to have a perceived sense of strength when you're playing, and so if people see that, it's like, oh okay, let's attack that.
Yeah, and they could win. And it's just
what I would do, I would take him on a team and try him out in Galactic War, and then you see how he performs. It's like a test run, and maybe up to level, let's say 60, you can use him, but afterwards he needs more stars, definitely, for arena.
Yeah.
But just to get a feeling for those new characters, I think Galactic War is a good opportunity.
Good point. All right. Next question is from you, Oliver Lee. What tank should I use for my squad? I'm assuming this is for arena. He says, I don't have Baze or General Kenobi, but I have Short Trooper at 3 stars.
What? That's a good tank.
Yeah. I mean, especially for the Empire team, too.
Well, he's one of the few tanks that actually, brings about a heal. So healing, critical hit immunity and a heal for the team. So that's pretty awesome.
I think he's better than Baze. I think his Baze is like one of
That's
them.
For me.
Yeah. You need to have. I think you need to really have Baze with Sharut, for it to really really work to get Baze to keep taunting, because you're going to be using Sharut. I think Shore Trooper can taunt from his special, but again, it could be ability block, but so can Sharut. So there's pros and cons to both of them, but.
That Jedi Luke in the background wanting his lightsaber?
No, that's Casey being a little...
My young apprentice.
But yeah, no, I think... Anyway, skip the question. Pass it to someone else.
Oh, God. All right, next question from Bob H. Bob. My arena team is Wiggs, Chase, and Lando. Should I swap out Lando? And if so, then for who? Thanks.
If he has Emperor Palpatine, throw Emperor Palpatine in there. That is always a good substitution for Lando. He's got the AoE kind of like Lando, except for its stun, which I think is even better. And he's got the shock ability, so if you're going against other chases, you can actually get through them. And he does a lot of damage. He used to be the #1 damage dealer on a basic up until the Director Krennic came out, and so on like the top special basic. So
yeah. All right. Good. Let's go on to the next question. So I'm trying to ask questions as I'm copying questions and getting questions. Let's see here. Andrew Larson question. I'm going full on First Order, Arena DSGW, and I'm at the cusp of getting my first Zeta mask. Should I Zeta Kylo first or Phasma? Let's go to Loki on this one. Oh, wait. I heard a Smithie.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm always going to say Kylo. It's Kylo. Yeah, Kylo, man. You do Kylo first. But carry on.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll agree with
I
me
agree.
anyway. I don't think I would ever meet anybody that would disagree with that one.
Yeah, I would do Kylo first. I mean, I think Ranger, you're a fan of Kylo, and Mike, I think Mike's got a full first order, right, Mike? I think so. So.
Yeah, I was that full. Yeah, I've got a Zeta'd First Order.
Who did you Zeta first, Mike?
Phasma.
Like, get out! How could you do Phasma over Kylo?
Okay, let me. I'll give you my reasoning.
She's the leader.
I Zeta'd Kylo last because I wouldn't have Zeta'd any of the others had I done him first. That was, which sounds weird logic, but it forced me. It was.
Do you regret doing Kylo last? Are you like, oh my god, I've been missing out on all this fun?
In some ways, but I mean, he's still fun without the Zeta.
Yeah, but he's not like a Terminator though, is he?
No,
no one is.
And I thought, Mike, you were the gentleman, ladies first,
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
That was the reason, the true reason.
Yeah, but we don't know that Phasma is a chick.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Yeah, we do. We know she's a female.
You
just need to listen when she
Crocodile
dies.
Dundee messaged me. He
cry.
checked.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, 80s humor.
That was really good. I like that. I've forgotten that part. Oh, jeez.
Sorry, a final thing just about the Kylo Phasma. Of course, Kylo, technically, you can solo phase 1 of the tank with him. So he's bringing an extra dimension that should, and they're both pilots, but yeah, that probably would be worth factoring in as well.
Okay. Give me a second here. Next question. They're really coming in now. Avery Dawes asked, do you think Gar is worth gearing up and buying more shards? Will he bring Empire back to meta? Ooh. Warrior.
Yeah, man.
After Maul, yes. He's not going to pull you out of Maul. Sorry. There will be something eventually that they bring out at some point that'll bring us out of Maul, but currently the evasion meta is king and it will stay king for a while.
Yeah, right now it's meta Maul and counter meta Maul is the meta. It's pretty much most of the teams.
I mean, the only thing you're going to be able to do to counter Maul is to have a fun other team. I mean, you can do Resistance, First Order, Rogue One. Those teams will cut through. The problem is they don't hold, but neither does Maul. Maul doesn't hold to Maul. I mean, I have never seen so many people that epi rosters in the top 10. It's crazy. I have people that have 10,000 arena power less Rex lead climb up because everyone's got Maul, and then all of a sudden another everyone switches to Rex, and then there's this small team that climbs up to the top, that's got 37,000 arena power, and we all got like 50,000 arena power. It's kind of crazy.
It is. It's nice.
So nothing can hold really at this point.
All right, next question. Let's go to Mike on this.
Cool.
How can I? This is from our boy, good old Maurice. How can I improve my arena team? Have Zeta Finn lead with Poe, General Kenobi, Xylo, and B2. I don't need substitutions, just modding suggestions. Unfortunately, there's a 200 character limit to print a paragraph. Okay. God. My boy, good old Maurice. Couldn't write it all out that you wanted to say, but you get the gist of it. So go ahead, Mike.
Wow. You see, you hit me with the one squad I haven't done anything with yet, which is Resistance. I mean, other than Rey. My experience of Resistance is they're great on attack and sink like a stone on defense. Your B2's kind of in there to try and hold them up there.
Warrior loves Resistance.
I like the Resistance, but I've never really used them. I don't think the way you guys think I've used them.
I've got Resistance.
I use
I just not in the arena though.
I've got clones barely up to gear 11 and Resistance up to gear 11 within the last 30 days, and I don't have any Zetas on any of them, and actually I'm missing most of my Omegas on most of them, so I can't really compete at this point at the highest level. At some point.
All right.
But I've seen a lot of video.
All right, so next question, we'll go to the Lady of the Sith, Miss Bella. This is from, I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to try. Saga Denmui. My ship arena team is TFP, Biggs, JC5s, and Sunfac. And reinforcements I have Scimitar, Wedge, and Slave 1. I was thinking of swapping 5s for Rex. I need advice. I use Akbar, and I'm currently 11th.
Okay. I didn't get the ships. TFP, Biggs?
Yeah, it's TFP, Biggs, JC, 5s, and Sunfac. And in reinforcements, I have Scimitar, Wedge, and Slave 1. I was thinking of swapping 5s for Rex. I need advice. I use Akbar, and I'm currently 11th.
Okay, and the last ship in the reinforcement was which one? Scimitar, Wedge, and?
Sunfac.
No. The reinforcements are Scimitar, Wedge, and Slave 1.
Oh, okay, Slave. Yeah, okay. So first thing, I would exchange Slave and Sunfac and get Slave out. You see, you need to put a taunt on Biggs. So Sunfac can taunt, but you would need to use JC's assist on him, and I prefer actually to use JC's assist to put protect back on Biggs. So with Slave out, TFP, Biggs, and 5, you've got 4 ships who can target lock, and 1 ship, JC, who can help heal and protect again. And when you can, I mean, there's what I'm trying to do is when you see a ship fleet line up, you can play these things several ways. You know, Scimitar is very good on first reinforcement, but I sometimes use him actually on the main lineup now, because when you do that, all the ships the other brings in as reinforcement already have a target lock. Can play with that as well. But the conservative way would be TFP, Biggs, JC, 5, and Slave, and put Sunfac into reinforcement, and when he enters Fleet Arena, then he can target lock also.
Just gonna say it better myself.
Are you leaving Rex in you're not bringing Rex in?
Well, what was, I didn't get there was Rex. Does he have more than 3 in reinforcement?
He wanted to bring Rex in place of.
Okay, I see. I didn't get the Rex part. If he wanted to, for Rex, he has to be out in the main lineup, because Rex can just target lock when there's no buffs, debuffs. So bring him out first, and then which ship to get rid of was the question, right? Then.
Yeah.
So I got it now. Sorry.
Like that, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No.
So of course you get, you get rid of Sunfac in the main lineup and put Rex in the front if you want to use him. But actually, it depends a bit on the capital ship. I don't use Rex, but if you have endurance, you can use him.
Cool. All right. Next question is from Noah Pratt, and we're going to go to Smithie on this one.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to Zeta Veda.
Zeta Veda.
Yeah.
pray to Crom. All right, I'm trying to Zeta Vader for my first Zeta for Pit Raid.
Yeah.
Could a Vader lead TIE Fighter, Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, and Biston, could that work for soloing the raid?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll work.
I think so.
Biston is essentially kind of like your TiVo of the team. You know, so you can use him. You've got your Vader. Because sometimes what the problem is with the Vader lead is the small amount that it's reducing. So if you've got someone like Jen or Biston in there with a bunch of Sith, you know, you want someone that can put speed down. Happy days. So you're going to be able to do that and remove turn meter, so it'll work.
Okay. Next question, we'll go to Warrior. This is from Paul Gibbons. Question about Garth Saxon again. Question, guys, is Garth Saxon worth the effort I'm thinking he might be getting my Empire team?
I guess my question to you is, his kit's good, and it's a great Empire character. Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely top 7 for Empire, so that's there. But have you ever had a character in the game where you looked at it and you went, sure, that's this guy. He's a badass Mandalorian, and I don't care if his kit, I'm going to invest in him strictly because it's Gar. You know, that scene where he bows down to Darth Maul after Darth Maul does the overtake is one of my favorite scenes. So I'm going to invest in him, and I'm going to play with him. I think his kit is as good as it sounds, but, you know, until you do all the theory crafting and play at the top tier, it's really, really hard to tell. You know, some characters are really good, like for example, Talia. They give you Talia early on in the game. My friend just started the game last night, and we unlocked Talia together, and he's like, is she good? And I'm like, no, she's horrible. But then it's like the only character he has to use her, and early in the game, she's like whacking and doing one-shot wonders on everybody, killing them. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. She's good early on. She just sucks at the end. And so you got to remember that. Some characters are good on lower stages. So he looks good preliminarily, but until we play it at the highest end, we won't know.
Yeah. All right. Loki. This next question is from Jiminy Smith. Zeta Savage or Kylo for a Zeta Maul team?
Oh, that's a good question.
Savage.
Yeah,
Savage,
I would go Savage. I don't have Zeta Maul myself, but I use Savage with Nihilus lead or Vader lead, and he's really good because he's going to act as your he's kind of like a semi-cleanser with the Sith, and he's hard to kill, and he also has an instant kill, sorta, if the health drops by down to 50% or so. He can do the 99,999 damage with his special. So it's another he's very tanky. He gives you utility, and he also hits pretty hard with his basics. So I would go for him first, and then do Kylo next.
Okay.
Kylo Ren.
I'll show you the dark side.
Don't show me your dark side, please. I want to see it.
You want to see my dark side? Let's see. Another question from you, Oliver Lee. We'll go to Mike on this one. Does Death Mark work on raid bosses? I'm wondering because I kind of want to use Death Trooper under Zader.
Yes.
No.
Ta-da!
It doesn't work.
It does?
Not to.
I think
it's a percentage, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a percentage damage.
It's like exposed, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can put it onto the raid boss.
Yeah, you can put it onto them. It's not going to really do much great. It's not going to be hitting for like 11k because it's a percentage, isn't it, of the total health? Where I think on the Rancor, even dots themselves are like minimal. They're like kind of like coiny, aren't they, for what they hit for on the Rancor, and on the actual AAT. I think exposed normally hits for about, on the main tank, is it about 4 or 5k? Is that right?
Yeah, which is
I can't remember.
Underwhelming for how much it costs to put the ability on.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. We'll go to Ms. Bell again. Kento Marak asks, "Hi guys, does Sidious need to be Zated to be viable in the pit raid? I guess under a Zader lead. My lineup currently is Zader, Dengar, Rex, Emperor Palpatine, and Tusken Shaman. Do I even need Sidious with that lineup?"
I'm a bit lost because I don't see the questions in your reading.
Ranger's just making his own up.
Yeah, can someone else take this
I'm
one?
not. What are you talking about? I'm talking about. You know what? No, screw you guys. I'm going home.
Okay, I think I got it now. But still.
Oh, see, try to.
But still, I'm not an expert
making up questions.
on Sidious. Is any one of us Sidious expert here?
I've got Sidious sated. I use Sidious quite a bit. For the Rancor, no, he doesn't need to be thingy because the whole point of the Rancor is that you're not going to be taking any hits anyway. So the Zato is just normally kind of like crit stuff like that. No, you could do it without. Having a higher health on him isn't going to make a huge difference in the Rancor because the aim of it is not to get hit. It's just going to add really that extra bit of potency and survivability.
Okay. Next question is from our boy MJ. I'll go back to the top. Smithie, best tunes to run with Zader in P2 of AAT. Thinking I'll keep Emperor Palpatine TFP for P3. Your thoughts?
You'd probably do what Denzo did. Denzo made a video, didn't he, where he used Shaman, was it Boba, Sidious, Shaman, and maybe Iwakalda, Phasma. Kind of did those characters, and he was getting like 6 million with them. Well, they're kind of like elite mods though, so you're probably looking at the range with good mods probably about 4 million, average mods probably about 2.5.
Have you seen the new one?
No.
I saw it last night. The new one last night. It's one of the. It's the lead of the Mighty Chlorians. He did 8.5 million P2 with Zodi and I don't know how to say Zeted fives. Jawa Scav. 8.5 million.
I guess McMull's got some competition now then.
Oh yeah. Clones are the answer, which I'm really pleased about.
All right, next question will go to Warrior, just from Chad Reisman. Question: the 2 new Empire characters would be good with what other 3 Empire if you wanted to make a full Empire team?
Well, I think Emperor Palpatine has to be on that team just because the retribution is extremely fun on him. Some people are theory crafting about that, and you don't have to do that. If anyone's ever used General Kenobi with Emperor Palpatine, they know how that works, and it's very effective. So definitely he has to be on the team. The Imperial Super Commando, maybe, probably, I don't know. We'll have to play with it to see how durable he is.
What would you say about Death Trooper being on that team? He's got that daze on his base.
Yeah, I think Death Trooper is kind of the dark side's Darth Nihilus. I mean, he's kind of like dark side's Darth Nihilus. He puts the health down, which is really critical in a lot of teams against other Darth Nihilus leads. Maul teams are evasive, but with health down, they're pretty easy to take out once you hit them. And then, of course, health down is great against the Rebels. So, and then he can increase cooldowns. The increasing the cooldowns is kind of cool as well. So, yeah, I think he has a home more than likely. And you could probably put Director Krennic on there. Director Krennic surprisingly hits. He's got the hardest special attack in the game for like a basic special. And used to be Emperor Palpatine. And then, of course, he's almost you can almost not kill him with Death Trooper on the board.
Awesome.
So that's a thought.
I played around. I ran an Empire team a semi-Empire team this morning, just in Galactic War, first couple of nodes. Admittedly, I played it wrong. I stuck Vader as my lead just because I never use him. With the 2 newbies, First Order Stormtrooper was a fun one because, of course, you got all the counter in there as well.
It should be Emperor Palpatine because I pay the salaries.
I'm definitely going to try Palps.
No. All right. Loki, next question from Charlie Cutmore. Question: I run Palpatine lead with Darth Vader and TIE Pilot, and also Bubba and Kylo. Who should I switch out?
Palpatine lead with the Darth Vader, and he's got Boba and Kylo. Okay, so again, going back to like that Rebel question in the beginning of the show, assuming this is an arena team, I don't see a tank here, so I would swap out somebody for a tank. I would probably, if he can run Palp lead, you can run Palp or Vader lead. I don't know if he has a Zader, but if he doesn't, then yeah, you can run Palpatine lead. TIE Pilot's going to get a synergy from him. And then at that point, then I would run some kind of a tank. So, depending where you are again on your shard, if you have access to, a Baze or General Kenobi, or, if you want to keep going down the list, then, Royal Guard or Sun Fac. Stormtrooper Han, probably.
What about Sith Trooper?
Yeah, Shore Trooper. Sith Trooper, I wouldn't run because he doesn't have enough Sith on the team to really kick up the taunt. And then once the Sith Trooper gets dispelled with his taunt, then it's going to be really hard for him to get it back up. So I would just I would ditch Vader for now and go with the tank that we mentioned.
All right. Next question, we'll go to Mike. This is from Gus989. Question: 3-star Baze or 7-star Sunfac with the Empire Sith team? Love your stream. Rock on.
Oh, cool. Cheers.
I don't know if that was directly or meant for the Jedi Academy. Or...
The stream is all of us, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I think it'd still be Baze, wouldn't it? I mean, some facts more of a bit part player now. I mean, you bring some fac in on bespoke teams. Otherwise, no, I think I'd still go Baze.
All right, Miss Darth Bella. This is from Zenny is. Okay, Marie. Zenny Zamy says his arena team is soon to be Rex, Bubba, Emperor, TFP, and Sunfact. In which order do I want them to go in?
Which order? Okay.
The dark side
leads to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural.
I think I would have Boba go first and use the AoE, so the others get ability blocked. And well, usually TFP is quite fast, so him or even Palpatine throwing his shock around. Don't know, but I don't play Rex at the moment, so I just play the others. I'm not quite sure if I would use Sunfac in such a team, actually. But if he's happy with Sunfac, then I think he could still use Stormtrooper Han or some other tank there to get a taunt up or an auto taunter.
Like Shore Trooper, something like that.
If he doesn't have Baze, it could be Shore Trooper.
Very nice. Very good. All right, next question. Back to the top to Smithie. This is from our boy, good old Maurice. Suggestions on mods for my team: Zeta Finn, Poe, GKB2, and Xylo. It's around 90% win rate versus everything but poor in defense. Your thoughts?
So you want to have Poe going first, don't you? So with him having 144 speed, is it that Poe has? I can't remember the exact number. You really want to be putting some speed and potency mods on him. Speed, the 10% increase on speed is only the actual base stat, so it's not the 10% increase on the total stat of the mods on there. So a lot of people don't actually know. I didn't know that till the other day, till someone was saying to me, "Oh, you know about speed?" And I'm like, "No." I've never really looked into speed, but actually speed is the base stat of your character. So the 10% increase on Poe would actually be what, 144? So you're looking at probably around about 14.4. So it's not going to be, even if you get him to, with your speed mods, 250 speed, he's still only going to be getting 10% on increase on his base stat of a character, not his mod stat. So speed mods are pretty like, ugh. You'd have to go with Poe first. He's going to have to get that expose up to get that turn meter generated. I would say. And who else did he have in his team ranger? So he's obviously going to have Finn as leader, Poe. He's got B2. Who was the other two characters he had?
It was Zeta, Finn, Poe, General Kenobi, B2, and Xylo.
And Zylo. Got ya.
Kylo Ren.
You'd mod Kylo Ren the normal way. That'd be with like some crit damage on the mod types and some critical chances of triangle. Around 200 speed plus with 50% plus on his critical chance. That's how I run him anyway, and he runs like a charm. General Kenobi, you could go with some speed, not secondaries, but some speed secondaries with protection, make him real tanky. B2 always going to have the accuracy arrow, of course. You have to have that. Well, it's ideal anyway. And then Finn, you could probably make Finn around 170 speed, but there's no biggie to it because he's going to be gaining a lot of turn meter, so you might want to go with potency, crit damage, because he can hit quite hard and he can stun as well. That's how I would do it, and that's how I'd mod that team. But Poe has to be your fastest, so there's no point running a Zeta Finn because you want to be gaining that turn meter to get Finn to start stunning and doing his stuff. That's what I would pretty much do. The only problem is I'd probably run Resistance Trooper maybe, because he's any exposed straight away. He's gonna get that big turn meter boost from the expose, and then he can also he can dispel, I think, as well. I don't know, just an idea thrown out there. Works well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go to Warrior for this next question. This is from Annie's 1KQ. Any advice on droids? Using 86, 88, 47 B2 and Jao Engineer in Arena, rank 350, level 78, and I'm struggling against tanky Sith. Or is the only way a rework which may resolve this?
Yeah, so droids had their day and they've kind of lost their day, and they're gonna at some point make their way back, but I don't foresee that happening immediately. And you gotta have, with the successful teams I've personally seen, and I've seen a lot of really successful droid teams, speed is not only needed, but it's hypercritical. And so if you don't have a really fast droid team, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose pretty quickly. So unless you have those, you're going to have to change the team out. You're just not tanky enough to survive, and that's, I think anything can beat a droid team at this point if you don't have good mods.
Yeah, man, I think we should vote for a Lobot rework. He's a droid, isn't he?
Wrong.
He's a droid, isn't he?
I will say, Lobot is one of the most underutilized characters that has droid synergy, so he definitely needs a rework.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Urban, we were happy if Lobot got a rework.
Oh, Lord.
You can see it now. He'd be running it in his arena.
All right. Next question would be for Mr. Loki. This is from my boy Captain Blackbeard. Question: how would you mod Sith Assassin if you don't have speed mods or the ability to farm speed mods? Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. He's you need him to go fast so he can make your other Sith go fast. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You need to I don't see any other way to mod him, honestly. You can give him some potency, so he lands. I don't know, he's got a stun with his special, but other than that, it's going to be hard to substitute the speed mods for Sith Assassin. Does anybody else agree with me, or?
I was wondering if he thinks of secondary speeds as well, because I think you can farm speed as a secondary and have
Yeah.
quite a good speed, like health mods or any mods.
But you know,
actually.
Sith Assassin, she can hit. She can like
Not
one
personally.
KO. Yeah, well, she's a she, by the way, Loki. She's
Yeah.
not a he.
Sorry.
She's no Darth Bella.
She can one KO General Kenobi. You know,
She's fantastic.
she's like
Right.
she can do like 35k just like straight hit, like with a
Yeah,
special.
with her maxed out, and what's really cool about her is her and Zedud or Zadud Savage is a 2-hit combo that is kind of like the Biggs Wedge combo. She'll hit anyone, it goes straight to health, and if she had 4 or 5 buffs, she's going to take them under 50%, and they could even have full protection. It doesn't matter. And then Savage follows up as long as you have timing right, and he just decimates. And I've got footage I've been collecting of myself doing this 2-hit combo. It's super fun, and it's just great to watch those two take out some of the tankiest characters. Kylo Ren actually is who I like to do. I'll hit Kylo Ren with her. It stuns him, so he can't do the retribution or anything, and then Savage just destroys him, and it's a 2-hit wonder on Kylo, who's one of the most overpowered characters in the game. And that's my point, is it's such a powerful Sith combination. And then of course she's necessary because she speeds your Sith team up. You need that.
And the only problem with Savage though at the moment, he's broken, isn't he, on defense? He's not hitting for that 50%. He hits for 25% on his special. Have you noticed that?
Well, no, because I can't see my defensive T battles.
No, but you must face someone that's got some.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, Smithie. Yeah, he the AI still only does 25% when the health gets down to red or a little bit sliver of yellow or something. So
yeah, he doesn't do it at 50%, or if he did, he'd be 10 times better on defense. But on defense, he just sits there he just sits there, just leave until last, and he doesn't even do anything. He doesn't use his special whatsoever unless they're in red health.
Which that will need to be fixed, and I have gone against one that's on my shard. I have like 2 guys that have it as well, so I do have to face him. But I'll tell you, he's tanky as hell. It's really, 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 really hard to kill him, even if you leave him till the end. Most of the time, I actually choose, and this is crazy, but I'll choose to use Darth Nihilus's Annihilate on him first, before I use it on the other Darth Nihilus that's across the way. I mean, he is a bigger threat to me when I'm fighting than Darth Nihilus. If I don't take him out, there are times when we can literally time out, and that's not cool. So,
okay. Next question. This goes to Mike. Mike is from Brandon Ramos. I've been thinking of a way to use Krennic now that he is farmable, and I'm thinking a Empire team with Krennic lead, then Death Trooper, Shore Trooper, TIE Fighter pilot, and Imperial Super Commando. Your thoughts?
I'm not sold on his lead. I think you'd get more mileage if you were to use like maybe a Vader lead or something, or if you got a Zeta already. He's interesting. I've got the shards to 7-star him. I haven't geared him yet, but like Smithie was saying earlier, he hits like a truck. If you've got Death Trooper, I think he said he's in there. Did you say Death Trooper was in there?
Yes.
Oh, I went really high pitch there. Wow. Yeah, he's going to be really hard to kill. I mean, I personally, obviously, he's in the position where he can actually experiment. I would maybe look at options on that lead.
Yeah, no, the Krennic lead isn't that good at the minute with the Maul meta. It's not going to help you in the arena. If you're not running Maul or Rex, there's no real chance with Nihilus and everything like that's going to go before you of you actually doing much. It's going to be really difficult. I've got some videos before of the Krennic lead with Death Trooper, and they looked okay. They probably did better under a Palpatine lead because of all the extra turn meter that they're going to get. But again, both of those leaderships are pretty much redundant compared to the power of Darth Maul and Rex. It's hard, isn't it? Because when this game gives you that one meta, it makes it boring, bland, and it's kind of either go the Rex way go the Maul way or suffer. Suffer from this kind of rework. Yeah. And then since he's come out, since I made that video, so much has happened. Sith had the rework. First Order had a rework, I believe it was as well. Who else? Kylo, had his whole thing, and then you've got Nihilus. I think anybody without the speed, without going faster than Nihilus, is always going to cause you problems because the Krennic as well, the abilities are quite important to his character to kind of put Stagger down as well, put the debuffs down from his leadership. So that's very, very important, I would say, in my opinion. I just can't see it unless they bring out an Empire character that's like a Jar Engineer or a Sith Assassin that's going to speed them up. Then I'd say it's probably going to be more of a viable option all round. But until that day happens, I think they're going to just sit there and they'll take a huge beating from the meta.
Yeah.
What do you say about it? Anybody else agree, disagree? It's kind of a big subject because it's literally using your shard currency to get Krennic or or wait for the hard node. Warrior? You got anything that you want to input on this? Or?
No, I agree with you completely.
All right. It's time for Darth Bella. This is from Shy Bears 326. On my total free-to-play account, I'm running Darth Nihilus in Arena, and I'm getting my first Zeta tonight. I was thinking of Xylo first because I run Sith Assassin, General Kenobi, Emperor Palpatine, and Kylo. Your thoughts?
Silo, Sith Assassin, General Kenobi, Palpatine.
Mm-hmm. So thinking of doing Xylo first for his first Zeta on his free account. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, actually, I think it's a good idea. We have been discussing this nearly every Jedi Academy, that it's good to set a unique first and not a leader, because it's you're more flexible then, and you can use him elsewhere. But the lead was Darth Nihilus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Darth Nihilus, okay, and he wants to, he already set at him. I didn't get that part.
He wants to. He says he's getting it tonight. That's what he wants to do.
He wants to set out Darth Nihilus, not Kylo.
I'm sorry. He wants to Zeta Kylo Ren.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean.
Yep.
I can just say that I would. I think Silo is a good idea because you're more flexible. But I don't run Darth Nihilus. So if you run him, then probably any of you can give on this specific team a better advice.
Anybody want to pop in?
Yes.
Darth Nihilus lead.
Right.
Yeah, you need Sith Assassin. Sorry, I was looking at the Rick Astley fan on our chat at the moment.
Yeah, whoever's doing that, stop it. Shame on you. Rick rolling the damn chat. They're Rick rolling. A Potato is Rick rolling.
Rick Astley's never going to give you up.
That's Ethan Bot. Ethan, stop that. Jeez, dude.
Good Lord.
Ethan, stop. There you go. Done. Right. So coming back to Darth Nihilus, who else is in the squad?
Sith Assassin, General Kenobi, Emperor Palpatine, and Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. I struggle a bit with. I mean, I get that Palps is. I mean, Palps super heals under a Nihilus lead. The one that I would maybe have a look at is introducing Dooku, because Dooku under Nihilus is. We were talking earlier about your wigs and so on. Nihilus and Dooku really, really do work well together. Maybe look at that option, especially if you've got a Sith Assassin in there as well. Savage doesn't do so well in there. I've taken. I mean, I love my Savage. He was one of the first Eaters that I ever did. but he doesn't do so well under a Nihilus lead. So I'm kind of more ruling out who not to put in there rather than who to put in there. Yeah. If Dooku's an option, I would definitely look at maybe swapping him in there.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. We'll go back to the top with Smithie lead. Chelsea Headhunter 88. Is Zeta Director Krennic and Zeta Death Trooper good for Rena and Hat? And in which team would you put them in? And then something in German to Bella. Good God in heaven, I'm not even going to try to read that.
Schöne Grüße aus Österreich.
I don't know what they're trying to say to here, Bella.
Yeah.
I think it's something Bella kicks that ass. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, must be.
Smithie.
What was the question? I was reading the chat.
Question is, are you playing GW while Ranger's doing all this hard work and getting the damn questions ready so you can be prepared to answer?
No,
yes.
I'm being the moderator. There's some trolls that are singing songs.
I know. Yeah. Let's see. Is Zeta Director Krennic and Zeta Death Trooper good for Rena and Hat? And in which team would you put them in?
No. 0.
And then something for Bell.
Well, I've got a one for the H4, the heroic AAT. You should go and check it out. They do about 600k damage in phase 2, and this was when they were quite new with like an Empire team around it. There's just not enough damage. The arena again. I guess they could probably work around new Empire characters, or the leadership for Krennic may be better when we see more Empire characters. But what currently is in the game, there just isn't enough punch. But things can change, stuff can happen, but at the minute, I think there's still lots of viable other things than going the Krennic and Death Trooper. I'd probably just use Death Trooper on his own and just ditch Krennic off to the side because you don't really need him, and just really use Death Trooper because he is an amazing character. Death Trooper, Krennic's just, you don't need him. You don't, even though you get an extra turn meter and stuff, you still don't need him. Death Trooper's just a solid all-round character. Krennic isn't.
Okay, let's move on to Warrior. This one's from Kento Marakoto. You guys think Princess Leia will get a Zeta, or maybe Han Solo coming May 4th? Also, what are the chances of a new Tusken character, maybe Hoar, H-O-A-R, let's clarify that, being introduced into the game?
Whore. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want any misunderstandings.
Honestly, I don't know. I think there's a small possibility that they might do a Zeta or something like that for for May 4th, a celebration, just to try to honor her or whatever. And she has kind of lost her luster. She used to be overpowered. Now she's really not. She's really only utilitarian. People use her in P4 with Cody, things like that. But it would be cool to see. I honestly don't know.
Yeah. We don't know what's going to happen May the 4th. All right, next question. Let's go to Loki. This is from Paul Gibbons. Question. In Tank in Tank Raid, I use Leia with my Rebels. Now I've Zeta Cody. I use her as a 5th member with clones, so as I don't use her with Rebels, would Phasma be a good replacement for her?
Her? I thought Cody was not a woman.
What?
What? Okay, so I'm gonna assume he uses. So you want to use the clones with Leia, definitely in Phase 4, and that's because of the they just perform better because the after each topple, Leia would buff everybody with critical chance up, and then airstrike would come in. You'd avoid the big damage, and it would reset, and you can go at it again with your Zeta clones and all that. But so it looks like you're looking for. I'm going to assume you're going to be running Rebels then in P2. So who would be a good replacement for Leia? I would say, Lando would be good.
OG
Raid
Han
would. Yeah, OG Han would be good. Raid Han would be good. To buff your characters in P2, it's not as critical as P4. So any good, solid damage dealing rebel would be a good replacement in P2 if you're going to use the rebels. I hope I got that question right.
I think you did, my friend. You did very well. All right. Let's see. Next is Mikey. Mikey, you're up. This is from Charlie Cutmore. In the arena, I'm currently running Palp with Vader, TIE Pilot, and Kylo with Bubba, but I want to switch to a Rex, but I don't have Chase, but I'm currently gearing a 3-star Short Trooper. Your thoughts on that roster?
Who? Right. We got Palp's lead?
Yeah, let me read it again. In the arena, I'm currently running Palp.
Yeah.
Vader.
Yeah.
TIE Pilot.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren. Boba Fett. But they want to switch to a Rex, but they don't have a Chase, and they're currently working on a 3-star Short Trooper.
Okay, so we don't have a tank in there, do we? I'd be looking at that. I'd be tempted to. You're gonna hate me. I think I'd be tempted to drop Vader and demote Palps to.
How dare you
allow Rex to lead? You use the TM advantage you're going to get, which is going to speed them up, and you got to keep TFP in there. Boba's unique. The fact that you can either shut down a taunt in tank from the second he goes, and these ability blocks and everything, which is going to help feed TFP as well.
I think Sunfac needs to be on that team, and I think people forget that Sunfac is the poor man's, the free-to-play's Baze. I mean, Baze, the reason why he's so good is, he can speed people down. Well, he gets critical chance down. He can take away turn meter. So there's those things. Plus, he is a taunting tank that's going to help you, stay alive longer. He's very, very durable, and he's going to dispel on basic, just like Baze does. So he's got a lot of utilitarian. I know people keep writing Sunfac off, dude. Sunfac is farmable. He's a great character.
No, I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, he's gearing him's a chore. I know it took me a long time to get him to gear 11.
That wasn't a question.
No. Yeah. If I'm not me, then who the hell am I? So I've been waiting to say that.
How did you get how did you mix up the Bane voice and just go completely different, Mike?
I don't know what Mike's doing. I don't understand him.
I'm truly gifted.
All right. Next question is for Mike again. Then we'll go to Miss Bella. This is from HOA Plus. Question for Mike, my man. Should Zader be saved for a hat P2 or P4? Specific question for you, Mike.
It's got to be P2, hasn't it? I'm trying to think if I've seen any P4 Zaders. P2 is Zader's territory. You either go in Zader, droid, or clone. Let's get in the lineup. If you're doing that, then I'd advise you try and get hold of Tusken Shaman.
Who?
Tusken Shaman? Turkey Shaman? Whatever.
Tusken Shaman.
Yeah.
It's about as Ranger calling the scimitar the
Now I'm
scimitar.
hungry. All I heard was turkey shavings.
Yeah, turkey shavings in P2.
I heard Turkish delight. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I did too. I was thinking, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe has made a comeback.
But yeah, P2.
Okay. Miss Bella. This is from the Shandy Man Can. What character should I put with all 4 of my Ewoks in a squad?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe Cup.
Royal Guard.
Dakar.
Wrong.
Old Dakar.
Old Daka.
That's who I used to run.
God. Cup. We have a cup reference, a cup sighting.
Royal Guard, man.
Need a tank.
Yeah.
All right. Just
Them fuzzy bears will stay alive forever with Royal Guard.
Well, put Chewbacca in there just for nostalgia feeling.
That's so fun. Have you ever run that? 4 Ewoks and a Turin?
No, can't say that I have.
So
No.
funny. You think your eyes are gone.
Huh? Yeah. Okay. So Darth Bella says, cup. All right. That's awesome. Back to the top. Smithie. This is from Avery Dawes. I'm working on Boba, Rex, Emperor Palpatine, Smooth Cult Liquor Lando, and Stormtrooper Han from my arena team. Do you think this is good? I don't have Baze as an option.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it.
No, I don't think that's a bad team.
Just,
Anybody else?
It's the same as transition, isn't it? You got to start somewhere. Your team transitions, isn't it?
Just remember, I'm going to say this a second time, and hopefully I don't have to say it a third time. Sunfac, dude. Sunfac is the original Baze. He is always going to be your backup if you don't have Baze. If you need a tank like Baze.
So what you're saying, Warrior, is, if I get this correct, Sunfac?
Yes, Sunfac.
Someone say Sunfac.
With the Ewok team.
Can you call him Funsack just once, though, please?
Funsack? Yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. All right,
we are de-evolving.
To the dark side. Let's see here. Warrior. This is from Luis Moore Storm. I'm sorry, Luis Moore. I can't read all of a sudden. Is Stormtrooper Han making a comeback?
The answer to that is depends on your shard, but if you've got a lot of Chase teams out there, then yes, because Chase doesn't discriminate. They just whack, 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 whack. And when you've got Stormtrooper Han taunting, they're going to feed your team so much turn meter that the other team won't even be able to dispel in time. And so it's going to, I see a lot of Rex Stormtrooper Han combos now to get the turn meter from the criticals and from all of the counters. So if you're fighting Chase teams, and those are a pretty popular duo, Stormtrooper Han is kind of the answer.
Very nice. This next question is from the Chanty Man Can again. I think it's kind of directed toward all of us. So
Loki got a question.
Well, I'll get a question for Loki, but give me. So the question from him is: I lead a guild where I'm one of the strongest members, and we always just come short of completing the heroic AAT, and are forced to do regular AAT. Any advice on how to recruit stronger members? So I'll throw this out to everybody. How can he get stronger members? Any advice on where he can recruit from?
Forums.
Yeah, forums is a good place.
There's also a Facebook page specifically for Star Wars recruiting. It's called like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes recruiting page.
Sorry, that was going to be named something else spectacular. We just said it like that. Well, that would make sense to be called that. Oh, Jesus.
Best way, because it is a dog-eat-dog world out there, and it's hard to get top players. Make posters, man. Put them on forums. Post pictures. You know.
Bake cookies.
Yeah. Make something stand out. You know, if you want to recruit, you know, you got to think to yourself that you're standing in a market and everybody's selling the same goods. How do you make your specific guild stand out above the rest of the other markets? Well, you've got to put yourself out there, shout out there. You have to make yourself like some posters for your guild. So, say for example, you know your guild's called the 501st Legion. Then you just use loads of 501st stuff. You know, make some gifs, some funny stuff. Get people to comment. Get your guild to comment, have a little bit of conversations on there, get your name out, and that's mainly how it works. There's so many guilds out there, and you really need to push. If you just put, hey guys, we've got the AAT, we nearly completed it, and this happened, then someone's probably not going to join you. So you got to make it engaging, exciting. Tell them why your guild is so great. Why is it so great? You have to sell yourself. Make some posters that look fun, stand out, that are colourful, and you will get there. Trust me on that. You know, if you need that extra bit of push, let them know, you know, what your guild is. There's probably so many whales out there that want to be in a guild where they can guarantee themselves top 3 instead of like being in other guilds. So there is always room that you can get it, but you need to make sure that you're standing out as a guild and people know your name as a guild. That's what worked for me back in the day.
Okay. Next question for Mr. Loki. This is from, holy Christ, I don't know if I can, Twisty Diffusion 230, 220, or Fusion 23. Is Mace Windu any good?
In the movies, yes.
I would say as a pilot, if you're going to use his capital ship, but right now, very underwhelming as a character himself. I mean, you don't see him on the meta report, and you being used in arena. But he is a good capital ship, so if you want to invest in him now, and hopefully they do a rework later, then you got at least you got the capital ship to fall back on. Those are my thoughts.
Well, they forgot to give him Vapad, didn't they? It's like giving Mace
They forgot to
his
give him a lot of
mojo.
things.
You know? Where's his Vapad? Where's his like power up? Where's his like holy emoji magic? You know?
Apparently, it's dealing with snakes on a plane or something.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Next question for Mike. From Louis David Alvarado. How can I beat a beige Chirrut General Kenobi team?
Beige Chirrut. Who's lead? Beige?
Put those 3 in there.
You're right. So I'm guessing that's going to be a Rex lead. It's either Rex or So if it's a Rex lead and you've geared up your Nihilus is a great option to use against Rex. If you can run Sifs, because you're not feeding him crits, which means that you're not proccing the TM game for him. Otherwise, I personally, I'd probably go with the Nihilus lead against either a Zol or a Rex on there.
B2, Boba Fett, Emperor Palpatine.
I so dislike B2 that he's never on my radar to recommend. I acknowledge that he's a great utility unit to use. I just can't stand him.
That's exactly why they need to farm him and use him. If you go against a character that pisses you off really, really bad, embrace the dark side, right?
No,
you need to embrace that character and utilize that character, because there's a reason. I mean, everyone hated Biggs and Wedge, and I'm like, what's your problem? Get Biggs and Wedge. If you hate them that much, bring that power into your command and use that against other people. Why would you say, oh, that guy's overpowered, screw that, I ain't gonna use an overpowered character like that? I mean, what aren't you playing in a game that you're competitive and want to do better? I don't know, I don't get that. Sometimes embracing the meta is important because it's going to live there for a while and you're going to need to embrace it. Everyone's trying to look towards the future meta, and that's such a fallacy. You shouldn't do that to yourself. Embrace what's currently happening, do your best, farm what you can, and if you do, you'll kind of sort of keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. And you may hate the fact that the meta changes, but you'll be developing those characters, and everything's cyclic. Something was popular, then it's not, then it is, then it's not, then it is. So if you develop those characters now, in the future you'll be able to utilize them in other areas of the game, and or that those characters will come back out of importance once another character comes out. So,
yep. All right. We have a couple questions from Warrior, but I want to give Bella a question, then we'll come back to you, Warrior. Okay. Miss Bella, this is from Aaron Bowers. It says, "Good morning, team. My guildmate and I just got our Zader teams ready for the heroic pit. We ran." I don't know what it says. VI, and either of us is soloing the raid. It says, I'm running.
Now they go to heroic.
Okay. I couldn't make sure if that was some of the fonts. I'm running Zader 10, Sid 9, Palpatine 9, Rex 10, and TFP 9. He says he's watched multiple vids from everyone, and we're struggling to keep everyone alive. Any advice?
So he runs Theta Sid Palp?
Yeah, Zader.
Right.
He says, yeah, Zader 10, Sid 9, Palp 9, Rex 10, and TFP 9.
But Heroic Ranker, I'm really missing. Yeah, I mean, you can do Zeta, of course. I just kept forgetting that Zeta is fighting. Sorry, was suggesting Tibu. Yeah, I don't know if gear level 9 is enough to. I don't think you can solo with gear level 9. You need 11. I don't know. And Sid, Palp, Rex, TFP, and the 5th is missing, right?
Zader, Sid, Palp, Rex.
Okay. I usually would say I don't run the Zeta team. I run a Tibu team, but wouldn't it be good to have a tank in there? So to get rid of the S-Mark or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Who's running Zeta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of people run Royal Guard because he slows them down, and he's a tank. So just in case crap happens, you've got that tank there to auto taunt, and he can slow down and stuff. So that's not a bad idea. The tank, but Royal Guard's probably the most, the most utilitarian. Plus, on his basic, he removes turn meter because he's Empire. So
there you go. All right. So Warrior, there's a couple of questions here for you, sir. First one is from Dabu. And he says, question, Warrior, have you seen the Well with Gar Saxon at 7 stars in Gear 11 versus Zal? He says, I think Zaxton looks a bit mediocre.
I have not at all seen any footage yet of a 7-star, but I have no doubt at all that there are a few whales out there running him now.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either, but
I've seen it. I've seen it on Reddit.
I mean, I haven't even done the event yet. The event just came out like 12 hours ago, and I've been sleeping, and then I woke up, I'm doing this, and I'm at work, and I'll be getting off the call here in a few, so I probably won't even do that event until, this evening.
Oh, it's a busy life. Okay, and then the next question for you is from Jeremy Hawkins. He says, hey, Warrior, I have a full Rogue One team with Zeta Jin. Should my second be Cassian? This team got me back to top 10.
Yeah, so Jin is actually the most important, and she has 2. And you want to do her protection regen first, and then the second is the one that prevents her from being stunned. If she's stunned, the team's quality diminishes significantly because she rapidly speeds the team up, and she can stun other players. And so with bringing, call and assists and giving extra turns and stunning and all of that, if she's stunned, she really diminishes her quality. So definitely you're going to want to do the second one on her. If you've got both Zetas on her, then the next is Cassian. And then I know a lot of people laugh at K2SO's Zeta, and I think there's a little bit of justification for the har, but 1% protection regen. But if you've ever seen K2SO Zeta, it's sick. It's actually really sick because he gets 100%, retribution essentially. He taunts almost every time. So essentially, he taunts, hits him, gets protection back. Taunts, hits him, gets protection back. Taunts, hits him, gets protection back. Taunts, and then he's getting his taunt, and she gives him 5%. So the 5% plus the 1% is 6% protection regen, and it's like, you're not going to kill that guy. It's really, really difficult, and so I would do a full Zeta. If you're going to go full Rogue One, do all 4 Zetas, but use Cassian as the third.
Okay, very nice. All right, back to the top with the Smith Lord. It's from Twisted Fusion 23. Who would you put with Darth Nihilus?
Darth Nihilus is like, I don't know. Question is, no, I don't know what the question is.
Who would you put with Darth Nihilus?
Anyone you want. Darth Nihilus is a machine. He's the guy that you put in the team, not the guy that you build the team around. You know, he's the one that you put in, and he makes the difference, kind of thing. I honestly would say whoever you wanted to, that makes your team strong, because he's one of those characters that will work on his own. But you know, you could put a Sith assassin, you could put Zol, you could make Nihilus lead, you could put Nihilus in a Rex team. Really, you want to be putting him in a team where he's going to be gaining turn meter of some kind, so he's then boost up. He's a slow character anyway, so you really want him to be boosted. So anybody that can give him turn meter, whack them with him. That's what I would say. Get them kind of like 4-strain deployed straight away, and keep doing it. Abuse it, you know. General Kenobi's a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could put Retribution on him, then happy days.
Okay. Next question for Loki. This is from Lord Theos. Emperor Palpatine event is coming up again. First round for my secondary account for that event, and I'm aiming for the 7-star EP. Could they gear 8s, LC, Wiggs, Akbar, and Stormtrooper Han do the job, or do I need to gear 9 on one of them?
Okay, so you got Lando, Wiggs,
Akbar, and Stormtrooper.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I did it.
I know, right?
It's years ago. But no, it sounds good. I mean, you got the AOE from Lando. Wiggs is going to. His lead is probably the strongest out of all of them. I mean, I would try it with Wiggs lead first, and then if you need more speed, maybe put Lando as lead. But I think he got enough. I think he got enough firepower here. I mean, it should work. That's my opinion. If you got the mods too, I mean, that's going to help.
Okay.
So
Next.
I just on my alt account just reopened it. I haven't played it since before ships, and so I looked at it, and I have 7-star gear 9 rebels, and I did not unlock Emperor Palpatine on the last round. So I'm going to have to continue developing the gear on my characters to get. So I don't know. It's funny like that. You know, I know exactly how to kill it, and I've done it on my main account. But I wouldn't give up. You know, minimizing your rebels. If you don't like rebels, and you're like, well, what can I do to get away minimally? Just keep going, keep doing it, because you don't want to end up short. And that event's only a week long. So
very nice. Mike, next question from Tedley. Tedley Gaming. What would you say is the minimum level for the Rancor Tier 6?
The minimum level for the Rancor
Tier 6.
I'm trying to work out what the minimum level of what
character.
Character. Well, 6 stars.
Well, yeah.
sorry. I had to get an answer out. Oh wow. I'm going back to last year now.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy.
Yeah. I honestly don't know how to. I'm really bad at this today, aren't I? I don't know how to answer that.
Mike, we talked about this.
Yeah, it's a really open question. I
told you to drink coffee and have a good breakfast before you come on the show.
That's what's happened.
That's right.
My coffee's evaporated.
I tried this. I was just like playing a bit of Galactic War, right? As you do. And
what do you mean you're playing some Galactic War? You can read the rest of the damn questions then.
Wait, I'm just saying, you know, as you do, you play a bit of Galactic War.
What in the hell? I would like to play Galactic War. What's that like, Smithie?
Hey, I'm just saying, look, I was trying to Zeta Barrett's lead. You know, just like having a thingy. And I really think that could be viable in the arena, you know? They're healing every turn, and when they heal, they get critted. And they get extra health from a lead. Might be onto something there, especially if you put it with Sharut Bays. It could be to the point that they're just completely unkillable except for Nihilus. Interesting. Anyway, I finished both my Galactic Wars. As you continue, please, Ranger.
I don't want to.
All right, so I'll just say, going back to the question.
Yes, please.
You know, level 80 and up. Let's just say gear 9 or 10. You should be okay. And you know, try Zader team or you know, Tebow led something like that. So
Cool. All right. Back to Darth Bella. This is from Rob Martinez. Miss Bella, what is the best way to counter Chase? What is the best way to counter
I got the question. I was just
okay, I didn't know you got quiet. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. We discussed dark side characters like Darth Nihilus, but also B2 is quite good, I think. You could use B2. And you can also counter with space as well, because he has got these AoE dispel, right? But
Anybody
you need
else?
a lot of dispel characters.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Back to the top to Smithie. Jamie Dean, G-Way. Is Zeta still viable? I run a Zeta arena only, no other Zeta, even though I have plenty and yet to finish all teams. So is Zeta still viable?
In the arena, not as much, not with the amount of Zors. But you can beat them, but you'll probably make yourself kind of like the easy target in the arena where loads of Zor teams will just punish you. That's pretty much the way the game's gone. No, it'll probably be back when if and when the Zor meta ends, so it's definitely one, but I think it's safe to say that all the other Zeta leaderships are all suffering the same dilemma Vader's suffering. It just doesn't really compare to Maul. Well, Maul and Nihilus, isn't it, really? That combination.
All right. Is Warrior still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I know you had some things. I just want to make sure. It's from Harry Tasker. Does Dooku Zeta help with the DS lead, or is it better to run Zeta DS?
Say the lead again.
Does Dooku Zeta help with the DS lead, or is it better to Zeta DS?
The Darth Sidious DS, Darth Sidious lead.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what DS is.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, you can.
So many abbreviations
and
stuff.
I know. So, I mean, you can. It doesn't conflict. I mean, you can do both, and they work kind of in tandem together. It's kind of like, I mean, if you have, Nihilus, obviously, you're not going to get any protection back, so it's kind of a moot point with Count Dooku. But with Darth Sidious, then yeah, that would work.
Sweet. All right, next question for Mr. Loki. From Lewis Moore. Question: can you put Night Sisters in arena for a day, then get up to rank 1 the day after? I saw this question. I was like, I don't know if it's a joke question or if it's really a legit question.
Okay, so what's my 24 hours? Is it a 24-hour period or what?
Yeah, I think full cycle.
I think the answer is the same. It's going to be no. So, not in my shard.
I don't know of any shard, maybe. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I think that answers that. Mike, you're up. This is from Fire in a Can. Why is it that no matter which live streamer you tune into, this Ranger guy is reading the questions? I want to answer. That's a question for myself, but Mike, can you answer this question?
He's cheap.
No way.
As in fees.
Yeah. Starbucks coffee and a hug, and I'm yours.
Unicorn flavor.
I work for very inconsequential amounts. I don't know which. I do this live stream and then I do my own. I don't read questions per se. I just do it here because Smithie wants to play Galactic War.
I'm actually playing the arena right now.
See what I'm saying? Instead of me working on my game, I've just been here to help answer questions and stuff.
Hey,
Smithie,
I'm making some videos for the community, man.
Yeah. It's not like I have my own channel.
I'm trying out, Virus lead, and
yeah,
it's working all right. I'm actually pretty much unkillable. You know, it feels good.
Right.
Yeah. It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a turd sandwich. All right, moving on to another question for Mike. This is from Captain Blackbeard again. Question for Mike: who's your favorite arena Sith team?
Oh,
the dark.
The dark. You see, I love Maul. I mean, I use him as my avatar. I've just really kind of, with the amount of domination, I've kind of stopped using him. But I suppose answering it, yeah, it would be Azul lead, Savage, Sith assassin. And then, who else?
Emperor Palpatine. Definitely putting Palp in there.
Yeah, stick a Palps in there. And just to really upset everyone, I'd probably stick Sith Trooper in there as well.
Darth Nihilus.
Oh, did I not? Yeah.
Yeah, you did not say Darth Nihilus.
Oh,
so
wow.
Darth Nihilus, Sith Assassin, Savage, Maul lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And Emperor Palpatine.
That is just going to steamroller everything. And you're going to laugh while it does. Sadistically.
All right. All right, Miss Bella, are you ready for your next question from Jimvo?
I hope. I just have a no.
All right. When is Jar Jar coming out?
Oh my God, Jar Jar.
Lisa want to know.
We don't have Padme either, do we?
You tell us.
Everybody is asking for Jar Jar.
Oh, little Hitty.
I don't know. I can't imagine him being a serious character.
Guess what, guys? He's the May the 4th character. He's a fan favorite.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, he would fit well in the Ewok team. I mean.
Okay, so what would Jar Jar Binks' abilities be?
He would have a thing where he trips, and then all Sith have evasion down. The entire team has evasion down, and then all of a sudden it's like for the rest of the battle evasion down because he trips.
So, I have a good idea. When you play with Jar Jar, the opposite Emperor Palpatine will change team and play on the other side.
That's right. He is my master.
What would it be? What would everyone say if Jar Jar was the one that come out and ended the Maul meta?
I know.
Oh, I can just imagine it now.
Jar Jar champions dyspraxics across the planet. He's the ambassador for dyspraxia.
It's a horrifying thought.
Well, just what makes me, do you know that they've got the whole the Force is with me and around me, and the Force protects you and all this stuff that they've brought out now. So does that mean that the Force was protecting Jar Jar in Episode 1? So when all these lasers were not hitting him and he's jumping around, was that the Force protecting him?
Or
to make sure?
Here's another thought: George Lucas lost his mind and thought that this would be a great character, as he said in the documentary. These kids are going to really love this Jar Jar guy.
Or is it that eventually we're going to see that his face is all going to open out and Dexter's just going to jump out because he's been controlling him from inside?
Oh, no.
Have you seen the new canon update of Jar Jar? What happened to him after
I don't really
Order 66?
No. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect way to end the character. The street clown.
Yeah. All right. Smithie D, next question. Paul Gibbons. Do you think that in shipments I should concentrate on Zetas or ship shards because I stay in top 50, but I'm worried that ships might become important?
Depends what you need more. If you need the Zetas more, then I would probably say do the Zetas. You need the ships more. You You know, you have to find that fine balance between the two. You can't go full Zeta. And there's no point you stocking up 60 Zetas or so, or just Zeta and random characters for the fun of it if your ships are suffering. What I've done myself is I've got some Zetas together. I've got like 20 aside. I've got about 5 or 6 characters Zetaed. And now I'm just getting ships from there so I can just stock up and have 7-star ships. Once I've got those 7-star ships back to Zeta as it is. But for now, I think it's probably ships to me that's going to be more important and consistently staying top, kind of like, well, hitting number 1 every day. You know, number 1, number 2. I think that's more important to me to get those kind of like currency so I can get the ships quicker. Quicker I do that, quicker I can go back to Zetas again. If I need Zetas, then I'll take a break from stop farming kind of like ships, and then I'll jump back over to getting Zetas again. So you just have to find that right balance of where you are in the game. If you need your first Zeta to improve your arena rank, or you need your first couple, then Zetas are the quick fix, and I'd go with that, where ships are going to be there in the long run. So I'd then do that as a longer project. Make sure that you are picking up like the Scimitar as a must, Slave 1, TIE Advance. Always pick them up even if you are farming Zetas. And then the other ships like 5s and all that stuff, I'd probably try and get them from Galactic War. If you can't get them, then switch from farming Zetas from there to ships and go backwards and forth until you find that balance that fits for you. That's what I would say anyway.
Okay. Warrior, you're up. This is from Andrew Berger. About his arena team with Jin Leader, Chase, Krennic, and Death Trooper. What are your thoughts?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really got to play with Krennic Death Trooper combo together much, and really the whole entire Rogue One team, everyone's like, you got to have Jen as leader and Chase in the background, and they're critical, and they are critical, and you do have to have them because that's kind of what makes up a Rogue One team. But the most important linchpin in the entire lineup is Cassian. I found that with the last few videos where I've been trying out Bodhi Rook, and I've been pulling characters off the team, and I've been able to see the durability and longevity and strength. And Cassian brings so much to the team that he's imperative that he's there. And if he's there, K2SO makes sense. So if you're taking him and K2SO off, you're taking one of the tanks off. You're taking Cassian, who can put buff immunity down, which is the only character that can put buff immunity down on your team. He's the one that debuffs the hell out of the team, which, by the way, when they get debuffs, there's that percentage chance they're going to get exposes. And when he throws 5 debuffs and it sticks on one character and they get 5 exposes and you can one-shot wonder that character, it feels great. If you don't have him, that will never happen because he's the one who brings the majority of the debuffs. A single expose is not as powerful as 3 exposes because of Jin's lead. So you definitely have to have Cassian on the team for Rogue One, in my opinion. And if you do that, the only other option would be Death Trooper, and it just is weird now at this point because he's just awkwardly with the wrong side. I would stick with Cassian and K2SO.
Okay.
Who are both farmable, by the way, pretty easily.
Yes, they are. I mean, I'm pretty much got my Rogue One team done. I'm just missing 2 charges for Jin, and I'm working on Chase. So, let's see. For Teal, this is for Loki. I'm not going with a Zalmeda, but going to build a Rex team instead. I've got Chase and Rex geared up, and I'm thinking of running Xylo. Should Nihilus be the 5th character? I can't farm General Kenobi yet.
My hat's off to you. I also do not have a Zeta Maul. I just haven't seen the magic like everybody else. So I do a similar team. So yeah, I mean Rex lead would be great with the Chase, Xylo and Nihilus. Yeah, I mean Nihilus would be a great 5th. He gives you that instant kill aspect of it. The other team I would run instead of Xylo, I was actually running Savage in that team as well. So
you could actually run Death Trooper with that. Now I run Xylo, but you could put Death Trooper in there, and he would be a great fit for that team.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty solid if you got Rex and Chase. Then
then you have movable parts.
Yeah, you're 4 and 5. I mean, you could put Boba Fett in there with Nihilus, or you could put Boba Fett with Xylo. The 4th and the 5th spot are very versatile. You can put a lot of guys in there. I just wanted to comment going up to Andrew's question again. I would actually drop Jin lead and I would put Gar Saxon in there, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh.
I think that would be awesome.
What we're gonna do, Ranger? Do you want to start wrapping it up? We're nearly going to 2 hours.
It's up to you, man. I've got more questions, but if you want, it's your show, man. I'm just the hired help that doesn't get paid.
Hey, man, you get paid with kindness and smiles.
Coffee and hugs.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm worried,
but I had to, But I had to buy the coffee and give myself a hug. I don't understand.
I sent you a virtual hug.
Oh.
I sent you a
what about top of the hour?
Because
I think. What time is it? It's 8:48 a.m. over here. So you guys want to stop at 9 then, or?
Up to you, Smithie. Make a command decision.
Maybe do 2 more questions and then because we've got
all right, 2 more questions. Yeah. All right, let me look here. Had a lot of. So this one's from Christian McRobert. Some of the other ones you've kind of answered already. Smithie, we are on the same squad arena shard, and I'm free to play and can't make it higher than 60 or so. And I'm wondering if there's any advice you can give me.
I don't know. I don't know what team you're running or.
Yeah, probably want to get with us offline on that one.
Yeah, hit me up online or something. We've got a.
Yeah. You've got the Discords. Yeah. There's the barracks, or you go to. There are a lot of Discords.
And I'll have a look, man. But I wouldn't know. So I can't even see your team on the arena shard if you pass 50 as well. So I couldn't look.
All right, last question. I'm sorry, guys, if we didn't get to your questions. Some of them have been kind of answered. So I kind of like this question, so I'm going to throw it out to everybody. This is from Dabu. Do you guys think that someday they will add a campaign farming zone for ships like dark side, light side battles? That's a really good question.
I don't believe so.
And why do you think that, Mr. Warrior?
Because you can already farm some of the ships in some of the battles that are existing in Cantina, things like that. I don't think they would have integrated that in there unless they were planning on making that a future thing. And then I think that they realized that that was probably not the best place for all the ships to go, which is why they're now going into all of the stores and stuff. And since it has its own ship store now, I think that's really where we'll probably see the majority of them.
Don't you think they should be adding them to shipments? Because what's the point of putting them into a fleet pack then to make it farmable? Like, shouldn't they really have a shipment? They're wanting to make money, that is, because they're releasing these ships in these like bundle packs for what, $80 or so. Then that's it. They'll go into the fleet kind of single packs because they're not in the mega packs, are they? Like the Falcon, Kylo's ship's not in it, is it? The fleet Chromium.
No, only the core original like 23 are in those. The 3 that are original the 3 that were awesome are still not in there, and then all the new ships aren't in there. So you have to buy that.
So really, they're kind of like losing money because they're then releasing, like for example, Vader's tie, and they're putting it into the fleet where they could have done the same what they're doing with character shards, and let you buy 4 shards at 320 crystals. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want the Falcon.
Hey, don't give them those ideas.
Hey,
Smithie, that's terrible. Stop that. Don't talk like that out loud.
Where's the Falcon? Why can't we have the Falcon yet?
We'll have that probably within the month, I'm guessing. Probably May 4th, it'll be one of the many pushes to try and give us, because they're trying. This is the thing. They have a cadence, and they're going to follow the cadence moving forward. But they have a lot of stuff in the past that's not in cadence that they've got to try and jam somewhere, and they've got to try and figure out. And they can't. They're not wanting anyway to do it all at one time. So I think that they're trying to figure out the right time to release all the previous things that need released already, and then moving forward, we'll have a pretty solid cadence. But for now, anyway, I think that probably May 4th is a good bet. I haven't heard anything, so I'm not breaking any NDAs because they haven't said nothing. So, but that's my guess. Is everything that should be farmable will probably be farmable by May 4th.
Do you think they'll add any kind of like add-ons that you can do, kind of like a galactic war ship or light side, dark side battles just using ships?
I would like a 6-battle galactic war for ships. I think that would be fun with some really cool currency and ship shards as the reward.
That'd That would be cool.
I agree.
Get like some fleet credits. It's Zeta time. It's time. It's time. It's Zeta time. If anyone knows a reference, that's Zeta.
Can I just, before we wrap up, just say I took on a task 2 weeks ago to not purchase any Zetas and just get them through challenges.
Yeah.
I got 6 in 2 weeks.
Not bad.
It's not bad. I've got 22,000 fleet tokens now, so I'm gonna go shopping for all my worth. But yeah, it did unlock Grievous and Advanced TIE for me though, because that's all I was purchasing in there.
Hey, you know what?
But yeah,
I want Grievous, man, but I ain't paying that Shard Chocolate. He's more than what Krennic is.
Yeah, he's imbalanced for how bad he is for how much he costs.
Yeah, he's too expensive to get him from there.
Yeah, but yeah, 6 Zetas from 2 weeks of purely just doing the ability challenge.
Yeah, man. Some people get 0. I don't know how many I get. I think I got less than 6 in 2 weeks. Some days it's really bad, man.
My RNG is so bad that they take Zetas from me.
You owe me 10 Zetas.
I'm at 74 now.
With interest.
I roll it, and I see a -1, and all of a sudden my Zeta count goes down.
How you got so many, Bella?
Say that, any character yet? Oh my god, I know.
Your ships won't like you.
God.
I tell you what,
Trust me, there will be a character that comes out in the next 2 months or something that's going to inevitably, something has to break Maul, and because they can't have it run for too long. So essentially, someone eventually is going to come out. She's going to see that character, recognize it for what it is. It's not Bodhi Rook, and she's going to decide. And she's going to decide it's going to have like 2 Zeta abilities, and she's just going to be able to like max it out on day 1, and she's going to just be totally OP #1, and everyone's gonna have to play catch up with her.
Don't you like Bodhi Rook?
Actually, I like him. I think he's a great character. I think overall, my friend just started playing the game last night, and he unlocked a 2-star Bodhi Rook because he just started playing, and it was like the celebration pack that they give for free. And he's so easy to farm and stuff. I'm like, hey, he's one of your 5 rebels you're going to get Emperor Palpatine with. That's the deal. Like, because you already have him. Let's do it. Economy of motion. What fewest things can you farm to get the most benefit, right? And so for him, he's got a Bodhi Rook, and he's easy to farm. And Bodhi Rook is not bad. He's just not meta defining, and he's not going to take Maul out by himself. But in a rebel team, he's fine. He's just fine. He'll speed your rebel team up. He'll put evasion down. He does some decent damage, average. And so, if you're trying to get Emperor Palpatine, if that's your point, then he's going to work just fine. And he's a fast farm for that purpose. But if you're, looking for that character that's meta defining and going to break the back of Maul, it's not quite there. It's just unfortunately doesn't play out like it should. And if you're going against a Zeta Savage, it's over. You forget about it because he cleanses. Every time you do evasion down, he cleanses it. You do evasion down, he cleanses it. It's pointless. It's just absolutely pointless. The Bodhi Rook video I did actually is more like a sales pitch for Zeta Savage when you watch the gameplay, because I do end up beating that team, but it's like you watch Zeta Savage just cleanse. And you just get so tired of it. You're like, okay, I think I need a Zeta Savage.
Have you Zeta just Savage? Warrior.
Who?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I went all in on Sith because I knew they'd be meta for a while.
Yeah. And
so I Zeta'd him, and he was a linchpin difference in durability. When I had Maul and everybody else had Maul, we you could wake up and be out of the top 10. It's like, what? How does this happen? My previous team, I had a timeout team, and I could sit in the #1 slot for days without being bumped. And then we all go Maul, and I'm having fun. Been doing Rogue One for like 4 months. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do Maul now since I've done Rogue One for a long time. And I embraced that and started playing with it. And I'm like, I kept falling. I'm like, what the hell? Well, then I zated Savage, put him on the team, and I don't get bumped out of the top 5 normally. So it's creates the durability that a Maul team lacks.
Like one mine, man. It's my Zeta Savage does not help me at all. There's still so many Mauls running around that they just somehow just beat it. Everybody beats everybody with the Zol. At the minute, I thought I'd be, I went for the Paris lead. Just I heard that my General Kenobi team is the hardest one. But General Kenobi lead with Barriss, Chase, and Nihilus. The hardest one. So I thought, you know what, I'll take General Kenobi out of the equation and put Barriss lead so they get more health and heal. They heal every turn then as well, so it might be quite tricky. Who knows? But I thought I'd give it a try. If it doesn't work, I won't use that. I know that these Rex teams it'll definitely be way harder for the Rex teams to even touch. But they've all got Nihilus. So they'll probably just Nihilus to me. Which isn't good. This is why you don't bring out a character that can kill everybody. Because it just makes building teams with Zol and... damn. I like the whole mixed meta. I loved it where you could just use this team, that team, and everyone was just running loads of different teams. I just hate this. What do you guys think of this Maul meta? Can you wait for it to be over, or are you loving it?
I think it's time for it to go poo-poo.
Yeah, I agree.
Just before Maul, everything was actually at the most balanced I'd ever seen it, and the Zetas had just freshly been released, and there was, I looked at my top 20, and there was only like 2 or 3 of the same team, of each team. There was like, everybody was running something different, and then Maul came out, and people realized the value of that, and then Sith Assassin came out a little bit later, and that's where it put Maul over the top. Before Sith Assassin, Maul was very doable. You could kill Maul teams pretty easily with about anything, even with the stealth and stuff. But Sith Assassin makes that team so fast, you can't get a faster team.
I don't know. I think it's Nihilus that's done it, man, with that cooldown increase in Annihilate. No one really uses Sith Assassin on my shard, but everyone uses Nihilus.
I'm excited because I'm 10 shards away from actually 7-star in my Sith Assassin, and yeah, I love her. I think that she's a great tune. Great tune.
The only problem I've got with her is that whole jumbled up turn order at the beginning. That's the big downfall to her, because you don't really want Nihilus going first, because it's then flip of a coin if you're going to then increase the cooldowns, and you could just completely waste it. And that's why I don't really like her. And then on the other side of the coin, if you put them in turn order speed, they're actually crap beatable easily, because they'll be fast for 1 or 2 turns, then they'll go really, really slow, and you just have to... I
gotta go, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah, man, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Later.
Take care.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up now anyway, because it's 5 o'clock here. Been running for 2 hours. I got to release my next video, but I'll do Warrior's part for him. So you can find Warrior on his channel, Warrior from Team Instinct. His link is in the description below. He does lots and lots of different videos, so make sure that you are checking it out if you want arena advice, roster reviews, everything. Check out his channel. He uploads like 6-10 videos a day or something. He's always got videos up there, and he's always got stacks of them sitting as unlisted to be ready to come out. So he's definitely going to be having lots more coming out. Make sure you do check that out. But then we're going to move on to the reality Skewed gamer, one half of the coin, and that is Ranger. Ranger, where can we find you?
Well, you can find us on Reality Skewed Gamers here on YouTube. We have lots of streams that we do. We'll have our fun stream that we do on Saturdays. Tomorrow will be the Mage Ducky Ship Spectacular. Wednesdays, we also have the weekly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes show where we cover all the latest Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news and you have our cast of characters that are always joining us. Me, Finn, Grande, H Ducky, and a whole bunch of slew, including Smithie D. We also have other videos that you can check out there that people are really liking, with Finn's breakdown of the different phases of Heroic AT. He's working on completing a clone P4 video that we will be putting out very soon. He's been a little busy this week. So, yeah, check us out. We got lots of stuff on there, not just Star Wars, but some other things. So feel free to check it out. And, yeah, that's it for me.
Sweet. And hopefully one time we'll get Grande again. He was, last time he was on here, he was calling from his prison cell on the payphone. And hopefully we'll get him more in person next time. Poor guy. Yeah. He just seems to be getting in with the wrong crowd and doing the wrong things.
Well, prison changes you.
It does. There's always a birthday in jail, isn't there? I guess.
Pretty much.
I guess as long as Grande's not the cake, then that's all that matters.
I'll leave it there.
That's it. And again, we have Sir Loki with us as always, except for last week.
Sorry about that. I was on vacation, so. But thank you for having me on again. I have a YouTube channel for anyone curious to see just a lot of arena battles is what I'm doing. Doing some Phase 3 heroic AAT runs with different teams. It's my name. It's Sir Loki, Sirloki on YouTube. So check out my channel. And then Smithie, I think you mentioned, where we did that little collab. So looking forward to seeing how you put it together.
Yeah, I haven't made it yet. I have to
no worries.
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep till what? 20 past 6 this morning.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, about that time, and then woke up at like 1 o'clock.
Just in time for the stream. So again, thank you for having me on. I appreciate everything, and looking to give back more to the community. So thank you again.
Yeah, man, and thank you for always coming on, except for last week, because obviously vacation was more important. I'm only joking, by the way, Loki. Again,
of course.
Again, we have joining us that was with us, and that is Mike. Mike,
thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I love doing this. I've got a YouTube channel. It's called Mike Hunt. Look me up.
Look you up where?
Just Mike Hunt on.
You want me
YouTube.
to look you up at
Mike Hunt? Yeah, and I sometimes feature my alt York Hunt, who's free to play. So I try and give the two perspectives there. Do a lot of arena, galactic war, heroic. I'm gonna go with a new series called Who's on Fifth, which is for Phase 1 of heroic tank. I zated my FOTP, so I can't use him in the I'm a Gun Phase 1 with Darth Saul.
Yeah.
So because I can't use him, I'm just going to go through my roster, and just try them all out. So yeah, and bits like that. Try and help people, do requests.
Yeah, that's cool. And what about you, Bella?
Yeah, you find me on Smithie D's show. So watch Smithie D.
Well, you got some new stuff coming up though as well, haven't you? That you're telling me.
Yeah. I'm working on a video channel right now. I just did my first trailer, but it's still a lot of work to put in there. I mean, I think everyone who's done a video and the editing knows it's a lot of work, more than I thought actually. And so I'm working on that one. And otherwise, you can find me on the FTB server.
Yeah, definitely. Did you want to post the link to
that? Don't know if I find it just now. Yeah, could post it.
Yeah, sweet. And also as well, so I'm the Smithie D, as everybody knows, because you're on my channel, and if you didn't know who I was, get off right now. But anyway, I've got a brand new video coming out which I worked on all day yesterday, 10 hours, and it is a Fleet Arena. I'm going to release that right now. I didn't want to do it before the stream or last night. So I'm going to do that right now. So if you just want to watch that, learn a few things, learn how I rock on my arena, use some tips and stuff, then make sure that you do check that out. In the meantime, I haven't missed anybody, have I, in this chat? We've gone around to everybody, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining. And as always, may the force be with you. Always.